Hey, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me share this broadcast. Let me know who's here, where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Ooh, I'm so excited for today. So excited. Listen, y'all. I don't know who needs this, but this is a word of liberation. Okay. This is a word of liberation. I came to what? Set the captives free. That's what I came for. Came to set the captives free. So let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Oh, y'all, this is going to be so good. Come on. Hey, Jesse, how are you? Gorgeous. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else is here? Let me know who's here and where are you tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I definitely want to shout you out, show you some love. So listen, you guys. Y'all know, I don't know any other way to be than just straight. Right? I don't know another way to be. Right? And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who's encountered this. Maybe I'm the only one who's gone through this. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it is, right? But I'm that person that it's hard for me to do one thing, right? It's hard for me to just do one thing because I'm multifaceted. I'm multi-anointed. Like I have all these talents and gifts that have to come out. Like I feel like I'll bust if they don't come out, right? And so I've got all of these talents, all of these gifts, all of these things that I'm passionate about. And I mean, I'm passionate about it. It's not like, oh, I'm kind of concerned about this. Hey, how you doing? High Point in the house. What's up, boss twin? How you doing? So I have all these things that I'm really just passionate about them, and they're important to me, right? They're all a part of my life. It's not like, I just like this thing. No, I like multiple things, right? And so what I find is people are always telling me I can only do one thing. I can only do one thing. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble if I can only do one thing. Because listen, these things are a part of me. They're a part of my life. They're a part of my being. And maybe I'm the only one. Am I the only one? Anybody else like that? Anybody else passionate about multiple things? Anybody else passionate about multiple things? Like you have a heart for different things, right? But for you, they go together. But for the world, they don't. Like for the world is looking at you like, whoa, you like to cook and you do weight loss. How does that go together, right? You like money and financial stuff, and you are a community service person, right? You all, I am blown away by the number of one thing people that exist. And I want you to understand that in my life, for me, I feel like I do one thing. I do one thing. But my one thing consists of multiple things. And I think that's what people struggle with, right? So I just found that I am in a place where I want to do what I want to do. And I don't feel like anybody can tell me that I can't do all of those things because all of those things are a part of me. So let me ask you this. Have you ever been in a situation where, you had this download? God gave you a download. God told you to do something. He gave you a download. To go, you were excited, you got a download from God, you wrote the vision and you were ready to run, and you shared it with someone. You shared it with someone that you just knew would get it. You shared it with someone that you just knew would impact your life, that would, get it and be a part and all of that. You shared it with them and they said, "You're adding another thing to your plate? Aren't you already doing too many things? Why would you do that? That doesn't make sense." I shared it with you because I thought you would get it. Hey, you must be talking to me from a group, so I can't see your name, so you have to add your name. I thought you would get it. Of all people, I thought you would get it. And they don't get it. And all of that enthusiasm that you had, suddenly you feel like a balloon that was just deflated. You feel like someone just took the wind out of your sails. You feel like, I was so excited. I was so excited about what I was doing. I was so excited about this download I got from God. I know it was a God download. I know I'm supposed to do this. But when I shared it with the person that I thought would get it, who would support me, who would understand, they didn't. Or they said, maybe you should do that later. But you feel an urgency. You feel an urgency to do it now. You feel an urgency not just to do it now, but to do it right now. Like you feel like it has to happen. You all, that's my life. That's my life. Like literally my life is when God gives me a download, when God tells me to do something, like I have to do it then. I don't have time to put everything together. I don't have time to make it always look so pretty, right? I have to move because God said move. See, this is the difference between those who move on a dime at the word of God and those who wait until they get everything absolutely perfect. The difference is those who move on the word of God do it immediately, instantaneously. They don't have to wait. Think about it like this. When you look in the Bible and you look at how Jesus encountered people and the lives that were changed, there were those people that Jesus encountered that he gave a word and they immediately acted on the word. There were other people who didn't get it. It took them much longer for them to get it. And I refuse to be that person. And I'm not saying that anything is wrong with being that person. I'm simply saying that's not me. And if that's you, I'm not mad at you for that being you. Why are you mad at me for me being the instantaneous person? Why do you feel like you have to tell me I can't do what I believe with everything in me I'm supposed to do or what I want to do? Why would you feel like that's necessary? See, that's the part that confuses me and it baffles me because then people get caught up in their feelings and their emotions. Like, right? Ophelia, I'm telling you, I'm glad it's not just me because I was beginning to think y'all not talking to me. I was beginning to think it's just me. Am I the only one that this happens to? Am I the only one that people say you do too much? Am I the only one that people say, why are you doing this and that? You got to do either or. Am I the only one that has encountered that? Because I don't understand why it has to be either this or that. I don't understand why it can't be this and that. See, listen, and I think that's the thing. When you buy into the dichotomous view of the world, which is a very Greek Eurocentric view of the world, where you can only do this or that, instead of a holistic view of the world where everything is working together. Like, it's not like I can only breathe or eat. I can breathe and eat. Not at the same time, but, kind of, right? But you all listen. There are people who believe that, like, you just cannot do it and be successful. I don't function like that. I believe there are people out there like me who have multiple interests, who live a life, and these things are a part of their life, right? And they find a way to bring their life together, to make their life work together, to make life and family and business and love and all of these things work together, right? They find a way to put the pieces of the puzzle together. But sometimes you can't figure out how to put the pieces together. See, that's where I come in. Listen, I've been blessed by God to be an amazing strategist. Like, I can look at what looks like utter confusion for everybody else and put the pieces together. I can do it, and I can do it like that, right? I can do it like that because I have my mind is a little different. I'm not just analytical and I'm not just creative. I'm not just left brain and I'm not just right brain, right? I'm not. I know that there are people who are like that. They say that if you're good in math and science, then you're not good in English and communication. Well, that's not the case for me. I'm good at math, science, English, communicate. Like, I'm good at all of it, right? Now, some people would say, well, Dr. V, you're being arrogant. I'm not. Like I literally am. I'm an incredible writer and orator, but I'm also a brilliant mathematical, statistical, and strategic mind. It's me. All of that is me. I'm not just a prophet, right? I'm not just a prophet. I'm a prophet. I'm a pastor. I'm an evangelist. I'm an apostle. I'm a teacher. I'm all of them. I'm not just one. So the moment people encounter me, I am an anomaly. I am an anomaly. And I just know that in being an anomaly, that people look at you strange and they begin to try to tell you that you can't exist. But I'm here. I am a unicorn. See, people say unicorns don't exist. Well, that's because you're either a mule or a horse. And mules and horses look at unicorns like unicorns can't be real because they're different. I'm different. And for those people who find themselves being different, for those people who find themselves being multifaceted, multi-talented entrepreneurs who do multiple things, and it may not look to the world like the things that you do and that you're passionate about go together, but listen, there's no way God would give you all the things that he gives you, that he deposits in you, if there was not a way for them to work together. There's no way. No way. He doesn't work like that. But because it doesn't look traditional, because it doesn't look like what people think it should look like, then they are what? Confused, struggling, trying to figure out why in the world, how in the world this came to be. Well, I can't tell you how I came to be the amazing and incredible person that I am. And I am that unapologetically. But this is what I do know. I know that in the process of me getting to the place where I am right now, I went through seasons where people told me something was wrong with me. People told me that I couldn't do it. People told me that it wasn't possible. People told me that I needed to just pick one thing. And I remember trying to do it and being so confused because my life was off kilter and out of balance. It can't be. It can't be that I only do one thing because it doesn't work for me. If I only work on my personal brand, then the school suffers. If I only work on the school, then my personal brand suffers. So I have to do both. I can't do either or. Both are a significant part of my life. I have to. And if you're the type of person that has to, you get it. You feel me. You feel me with the frustration of being told that you can't do that. You feel me with the frustration of being told that you must choose. You feel me with the frustration of being told that you got to pick one. Pick one. It can't be health and wealth. It's got to be health or wealth. What? How about it be lifestyle? And see, that's the thing. I came to the recognition that I am all about life, holistic life. Right? Holistic life, all of your life, the physical, the mental, the relational, the psychological, the financial. Like I'm about all of that. It's not one thing. It's all of those things because all of them tie in together. But think about it. When you don't feel good physically, then you tend to struggle in the other areas of your life, right? You may not be able to do what you need to do to increase your finances. You may struggle in your relationships because you don't feel well and people are trying to talk to you. And so, you're not communicating in the most positive way with them and it creates challenges. Your mindset can be affected by what's going on with you physically. If all of these things are intertwined, why in the world would we think that we can only work on one of them at a time and that's the only way to make a difference? You have to look at the whole picture. You have to look at all the pieces and you have to pull it all together. So, listen. Yesterday, I announced that I'm doing flow coaching, my flow group coaching course. And listen, I promise y'all, I had not looked at my memories, right? So yesterday I announced it. Do you know that a year ago to yesterday's date, I announced that I was doing that program. I said, what? What in the world? And I really shouldn't be surprised because I know our lives are in cycles. And this is the beauty of Facebook memories. Facebook memories will remind you of the cycle. And I promise you, you'll look up, you'll be saying the same thing at the same time, another year, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago. And you're looking at the memories like, I didn't plan that. You didn't. But our life cycles create patterns. And when you can begin to master those patterns and identify those patterns in your life, you're able to flow. See, that's the key with flow. People are trying to go against the grain. They're trying to go against the current of their life, against what they're supposed to be doing at a given time. Listen, you can have multiple things that you do, but there's a certain thing that you're supposed to do more of at a particular time. And if you don't do that, then what it does is it puts you behind the curve, right? It puts you behind the curve because when the wind was at your back, you weren't going forward. You were going the opposite direction, or you were going off to the side. No, when the wind is at your back, you go forward, you push through, because that's the wind that is blowing you. That is your flow right then, in that moment, in that season. And when you master your flow, you'll discover that what God has for you is for you. And you'll be able to maximize your time, your energy, and your efforts so that it all works together. So I'm doing my flow class, my flow group coaching. I have 3 tiers at which you can participate, right? And because last year at this time, I did the post that said that I would do a buy one course, get one free. I'm going to honor that, right? Honor that. It ends today. It ends today. Today's the last day for you to take advantage of it. But if you're interested in it, I encourage you to grab a friend. This is the other thing that I know. I know that change comes easier when you're going through that transformation with someone else. So someone does get you. It's hard when you go through that and you're doing it by yourself because you're so out of sync with everybody else. You're changing and everybody else is staying the same, and you feel isolated and you feel alone, right? It can be a lonely journey. But when you do it with someone else, when you do it with a friend, then you're able to work through it. Or do it with your partner, like your significant other, your mate, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. Do it together. Take the journey together. You see, I know that I'm not just called to women. I'm called to men and women, right? I'm called to help people who are multifaceted, multi-talented entrepreneurs, put all the pieces of their life together, because that's what it takes. And if you're in a relationship, it's especially important because, listen, you're changing, you're putting the pieces together, and then your mate is just looking at you like, what you doing? I know what happens with that. It can create a huge divide that ultimately results in you guys going in 2 very different directions, which can result in divorce, which can result in breakup, right? But if you do it together, there's a greater chance that the 2 of you together can work together to create a life and a lifestyle that works for both of you. So if you're interested in the Flow coaching program, you can get buy one, get one free. Today only, closes out today, and be able to take advantage of it. Change your life, transform it. All I know is this: once I stopped buying into what everyone was telling me, I could breathe again. I could move again, and I could experience the fullness of life again. I'll never again let anybody put me in a box or make me think this and that can't happen because I need to do this or that. Well, you do this or that, and I'm going to do this and that and enjoy my best life, right? So guys, listen, get back with me. Let me know you're interested, and I'll get you started on your journey. If you missed the buy one, get one free, don't worry, you can still participate. It's just the regular full price, right? So you can still participate. I want you to participate. I only have 10 slots. 10 slots. It's going to be intimate. I've got 10 slots, and I want you guys to be able to take advantage of it. Look, I love you guys to life. In life, absolutely more abundant. Have a great, amazing, incredible, life-altering day. Why? Because you deserve it. You're worth it. Mwah.